Hello and welcome to Algebra 2 Semester 1. My name is Mr. Shanklin and I will be your teacher for this semester. Let's get started. This is a getting started video. I'm going to talk through how we do this course. So if you have any questions, you can always go back to the video or feel free to email or call me at any time. When you enter this class, like any class, you should always be directed to the announcement page, and my week 1 announcements are right here. So week number 1, you can see that I have everything in a calendar form, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, what you should do. And I also have a video, so if you can't figure out what you're doing for week number 1, just click on the video and it will go through what you're supposed to do. Getting started is a first button that's on the left-hand side of your page. And if you click on the Getting Started button, you will see the video that you should be watching right now. Once you finish this video, you can click Mark Reviewed, and you will see that the assignments for week number 1 should be right here. Just click on them and you can do the assignments. Now, the next button down is called the Pace Chart, and this is a button or the Pace Chart you should really print off so that you have it at your desk each week so you can see what you're doing. So week number 1, you see that there's nothing that's in red. That means there's no assignment that is graded. Now, yeah, there's stuff that you're supposed to do, but none of it will go into the grade book for your grade for semester 1. Week number 2, there's 2 things in red, 2 assessments that you have to do, and there's also a practice. Now, the assessments are the only thing that go into the grade book as graded, but you do have to complete the practice with an 80% or higher in order to access the assessments, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But the pace chart goes all the way through all 18 weeks, so as I said, I would definitely print this out. You will definitely have it there for, to look at each week. The next button down, if you're going to come to the live e-sessions, and if you took a look at the pace chart, you would have seen that the live e-sessions for this class are Monday mornings from 10 o'clock until 11. So that is the time that we have our live e-session where we get on and I can talk to you, I can go over problems, and I basically go over what the lesson material for the whole week is dealing with, and I give you some practice problems, I go over some of the assessment problems, so it's a good thing to go to, the live e-sessions, and all you do is you click on the live e-session, and you will see that you just join the room and you go from there. The next button is announcements. We really don't have to go to that because that is where you're directed when you come into the class. Course information basically has our grading policies, the algebra targets, and a lot of different videos, academic honesty and stuff like that. I would definitely go through them, but we don't have time to do that right now. But at your own leisure, please go through these. Staff information button has your teacher, what time, the work phone number, and what time the main lesson and the help sessions are. So the main lesson is 10 o'clock to 11, and then on Wednesday mornings, we have a help session from 9 till 10. And then a little bit about myself. Then where you're going to find most of the material for this class is in the lessons. I have the lessons broken down to weeks. Week 1, or week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. So you go into the weekly lessons and you're going to see, oh no, I don't see any lesson stuff. That is because the Algebra 2 is basically an 11th grade class, and 11th graders take the ACT test, I think it's February, sometime in February. So what we do is we review ACT material throughout the year. So in order to start the week, we take an ACT review. Each week it starts off the same way. Once you get a 75%, and I believe it's just 5 problems, and once you get a 75% on it, then the lesson material will show up. And also, if you go into the weekly practices, you won't see any practices for week 2, week 3, week 4, because it's called adaptive release. Those are released as soon as the ACT material is completed, then the practices for each week are released. So, for example, if you go into week number 2 and you complete this, then you go to the weekly practice, you will see practice for week number 2 down here. Right now you can only see practice for week 1. That's because it's not associated with the ACT test, because practice for week 1 is just week 1 material. We don't really start until week 2, so that's why you don't see anything. And then if you go into the weekly assessments, you'll see that there's nothing there either, and that is because you have to get an 80% on your practice, the weekly practice, for the assessment to show up. So everything is adaptive release here. You have to do one thing to get to the next thing, okay? And if you don't understand, just watch the video that's up here and it will kind of explain it. We do have some ACT prep course stuff. You don't have to do it, but it's kind of good if you have some extra time. We do have a discussion board, getting to know you. This is one of the things you have to do on week one. All you do is you just copy and paste a picture. You just drag a picture on here and then you can write on there. I put a little bit about myself there. Let's see, my grades. You'll be going in there to find your grades. I don't have any access to anything because nothing is done, but you'll see all the assignments and everything that are listed there. Textbook. This is our textbook that we'll be using, and there's a short little video that kind of explains the student resources, the videos and activities. You won't have a teacher resource button, but this is our textbook. It has a lot of good stuff. It has a lot of good videos and resources. And then if you are having a difficult time with this class, go to the course how-tos, and there's a bunch of different things in here for how do you insert your work into the course. So graphics calculator and stuff like that. So a lot of good stuff for you guys. If you have any questions about this course, please never hesitate to call or email me. You guys have a great beginning of the year. And again, this is Algebra 2, and I'm Mr. Shanklin. Bye.